So here I am in Puna, Peru, and I'm on a floating island. And they built it out of stuff, which I'm going to show you in a second. But these are the houses they live in. Now, I woke up this morning and I was at the hostel, right? And the guy was late and they didn't give me a voucher, so we had to figure it out. So it was really important that I spoke Spanish. And then I showed up here and I got in the wrong boat. And I asked the guy, are all the boats the same? And he said yes, but they weren't, which was kind of a bummer. And then I had to get into a different boat and I hit my head. And now I'm here. So I'm gonna spend the night in the Uros, Los Uros, or they're the floating islands in Peru. And let's go ahead and check them out. That's a reed boat, and they make them out of reeds, and people go on them, and lots and lots of tourists have fun because they're kind of babied about the whole thing. And yeah, so if you ever want to come on a reed boat and get patronized, you can do that. It'll be awesome. Wave at me. Patronize. Come on, it'll be fun. These are the locals. They live on an island. They built an island. What'd you do today? Yeah. Makes you feel a little bit inadequate. Makes me feel a little inadequate. This is said to be the Mercedes-Benz of the Uros Islands. And you can get on it and take trips and stuff around here. And it's pretty fun. The sun's for sure better on this side. Alrighty, now here I am on the island of reeds that was built by these people. And this is kind of how they do it. They get these blocks and they cut them off the ground, and they've got roots in them, so they float, which is convenient to make an island. Then they stack these roots up here back and forth over it, and then they put little dolls on top of it and to see if it floats. No, that's not true. But these are actually representations of the different people on board. So what you're doing is you're actually getting these little roots that float. You've got roots stacked crosswise, and then they actually live on top of it. Now there's probably only between 2 to 3 feet in between me and the water right now. And not only that, there's about 18 meters, and for you Americans, that's probably about 40 feet to get to the bottom. So if I fell off and you don't know how to swim, you'd really, really, really be bummed. So this is how they build them, and I bet you couldn't do it, because I couldn't. This is what an Uru taxi looks like, except much, 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 much bigger. And this is what they dress, this is what their houses look like, and that's the Mercedes-Benz. Now if you look up, there's the real one, which is kind of neat, because it shows that I'm here. This is the sweet-ass boat that we came on. Actually, it cost about 130 soles, or about 50 or 60 bucks, because the conversion rate is 2.75, to be able to come on one of these trips. Now if you do come on one of these trips, you have an option to stay overnight and hang out with all the really cool people that live on these islands. So if you want to do that, you can do it, or just take a day trip to see all of the different awesome things you can do. Now Lake Titicaca itself is about 8,000 square kilometers, which is a lot, and it's the highest navigable lake in the world, which means they have boats that go across it. Now it's cut in half, about 60% to Peru and about 40% to Bolivia. And right now we're in the Peruvian side, but these people don't have to have passports to go get different things, because eucalyptus is a main port. And what this ground feels like is basically, it feels like a waterbed. It's really soft, it feels like we're walking around on a bed. And you could lay down and take a nap here pretty easily. So it's actually really cool. Now Jacques Cousteau is said to have come to Lake Titicaca because at its deepest, it goes to about 230 meters, which is over about 2,000 feet, which is, excuse me, about 1,000 feet, which is pretty deep, and it's a pretty big lake, and there's a lot of water, and it's really high. So if you ever come to Lake Titicaca, see if you can get to the bottom. And if it doesn't work out for you, sorry about that.